Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a strength Pilates session. So you're going to need some weights. I've got 2 kilos and 4 kilos. So you might want to stick with some light weights. You might want to go heavier. If you have an option to use either, then grab both. And then you've always got that option to have no weights. So when you're ready, bring yourselves down onto the floor. We're going to start on our tummies. I want you to just rest yourself down carefully to the floor. Make a little pillow with your hands stacked together. Turn your head to one direction. Let your legs just relax and find your breath, your Pilates breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let your shoulders relax. Just feel everything just sinking down into the floor. Lovely long deep breaths. Don't carry any tension to any part of your body. Just scan your body as you breathe. And I want you to just turn your head the other way. And 3 to 4 lovely long deep breaths in this position. And then when you're ready, just bring your forehead back to the center. And we're going to bring our legs a little bit closer in. And we're going to take our arms forward, creating a narrow stance through the arms and the legs. Squeezing the belly off the ground, so just gently draw the navel into the base of the spine. Squeeze your butt. Hip bones stay plus on the ground. And we're going to lift our left leg, right arm up to the sky. Eye gaze just slightly in front. We inhale down and then swap to the other side. Right leg lifts, left arm lifts. So if you notice, I'm just pausing at the top, then lowering down, taking a breath at the bottom, exhaling to lift, inhaling to pause, exhaling to lower down. So I'm moving through my breath out. And just be very wary you're not lifting your chin too high. The second you lift your chin too high, you are pinching in the top part of your neck. And we don't want to do that. You don't want to have me straining unnecessarily. Now, as we work through each side, when you lift up on that exhale, inhale, reach deeper, and then exhale, float down. Feel yourself physically elongating, stretching out the body a little bit more, and then releasing. We're going to go 2 more each side. Left leg, right arm lifts. Right leg, left arm lifts. Reaching. 1 more to the left. Now on this one, we're going to hold up and we're going to tap down, lift up, tap down, lift up. So just think about the squeeze of the buttock, the reach, and the breath. 5 more. 5, 4. Keep that knee extended. Reach the fingers, reach the toes. 1 more. And drop down. Inhale, exhale at the bottom. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift up the other side. Stretch, and then tap and lift. 10. 9, hip bones down, squeeze that belly, support your lower back. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, reach it, 2, 1 more, and 1. Drop it down, make a pillow, take a little wriggle through the hips, loosen everything up through that lower back. Now, grab your weights, grab your light weights and bring them in front of you. Arms extended, resting your hands on top of those weights. Elbows lifted off the ground, feet a little bit wider. We're going to inhale, lift your chest, pull your shoulders back and down, and we're going to exhale, squeeze the right elbow behind, and then inhale, extend it forward again. Exhale, opposite side, pull back, and then release. So as you do this, you want to make sure that you're not putting any pressure on your lower back. If you are, lower yourself down and then reduce your range, or perhaps lose the weight completely. Remember, it's your practice. I want you to work hard, but I don't want you to feel any straining unnecessarily. So just working side to side, my legs are fixed to the ground, my abs are still squeezed in, my buttocks are fired up, my legs are under tension the whole time. So I'm going to go 2 more each side. Right side, squeezing back into that shoulder blade. Left side, squeezing back into that right side for the last time. Back into that left side. And then I'm just going to release, keeping my arms long. I'm going to drop my head and chest down. Take a breath at the bottom, then lift up one more time. My palms are pressed onto my weights. And I'm going to lift up again. So my elbows are fully extended. I'm activating my triceps, back of the arms. I'm going to lift up those legs into a hover, keeping them fairly wide. And I'm going to swim kick. So I'm pressing into my weights. I'm going to pull them in a little bit more, only if you feel your back can handle it. Stay low if not. Lifting up, shoulders back and down. I'm feeling that through my triceps because I'm activating those arms. Swim, swim, swim. 8, 7, 6. Fire up those glutes. 3, 2, and release. Head down, make a pillow, wriggle the hips. Now we're going to stay on our tummies. We're going to do some side bending and some reaching. Again, use light weights or no weights at all, because actually this is another strong exercise. So I want to grab the weights and bring them a little bit closer in towards you. This time we're going to lift up. We're going to take the weights up off the floor. We're going to side bend and reach the weight down, palms facing down towards the floor, back to the middle and release. Lift up to a hover, side bend through that waist, reach the weight around, great shoulder exercise, back there, into the center and release. If that's too much, lose one of the weights, use your arm to gently help lift up, side bend and reach back to the center and drop, swapping the weights over, right arm onto the ground, lift, side bend, squeeze, back, release in front. So you're just very gently, subtly swapping over from side to side. So my arms just give me a little bit of support in the back. And if not, you might want to just do it with your arms hovered, side bend, reach, back, center and down. So you're just using your own body weight and mobilizing without extra resistance. So pick what works for you. Make sure you get that side bend, that reach, back, center and down. So it's 4 points. 5 points. 3, 4, 5 and 6 down to the floor. Let's do this. Come on, reach. Do one more each side. Squeeze that belly in. Last one. Reach it. Back to center. Pause here and release. Take a breath. Wriggle the hips. Loosen the spine. Just let all the tension in that back go. Bring your legs a little bit closer together. Grab your weight. You can have a light weight or you can go a bit heavier. And I'm going to put the weight behind my right leg. So I'm just going to briefly hold that weight with the back of my legs. My calf is pulling into my hamstring and I've got hold of that weight. And again, you can do it without anything at all. Left leg pressed into the floor, relaxing through your upper body. We're just going to lift up and down. Nothing more than that. Up and down. So my knee is quite close, my legs are quite close together. So I'm running it parallel with my hip bone. Just squeezing, keep pulling in through that weight. And let's take it a little bit wider. Do one more. And then drop it, slide it a little bit wider, and then lift at a wider angle, up and down. So just a little bit different part of your buttock. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Slide it back into the center. We're going to lift up in the middle and we're going to pulse, 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 pulse. So my left leg is pressed down into the ground. My right hip bone is still on the floor, but I'm lifting that thigh, squeezing the buttock. Keep it going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop it down. Slide it out wide. Lift it back up. Let's go again. Little pulses. So that's now really starting to build up some lactic acid in my right buttock. Keep pulling the calf muscle in. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Come on, lift it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Let the leg go. Take a lovely long deep breath in. It's always worth wriggling the hips because we don't want to go straight back into flex. We don't want to go straight back into sitting into our heels. Our spine's doing a lot of extension at the moment, so you need to let it settle in a neutral position where it is now. Don't shock your body at the moment. Bring the legs back in, straight over to the other side. Bending that left leg, sliding the weight behind the bend of the knee. Bring the knees closer in together. Relax the forehead down onto your hands. And we're going to lift up and down to start with. So again, if you lift your hip too high, your left hip bone will come off the ground. We want to try and keep that down. So it's just the muscles working in that parallel position. And you need to pull your calf close in towards your hamstring to really activate the backs of the legs. We're going. Give me one more here, then slide it wide and carry on, up and down. So this side is getting a lot further off the ground, but it's harder. 7, 3 more, 8, 9, and 10. Slide it back into the middle. Lift it up in the center. Let's pulse, 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 pulse. Come on, squeeze that, that. 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10 more to do. 10, 9, 8, 7. Hips down, abs on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, slide it wide again. Lift it up. Let's go. Squeeze, squeeze. Come on, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. Make it work hard. Mind over the actual physical movement. Last 10, 9, 8. So much harder this side. Come on. 4, 3, 2, and release. Woo. The weight's fallen off, so that gives me some wiggle time. Now I want you to begin to slowly transition into that stretch. Slide your hands around the side of the ribcage. We carefully lift our bodies up. Before you sit back into your heels, just curve the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and then from there, you can gently push your bottom back into your heels and reach through the arms and let that lower back stretch out. Really enjoy that breath. Get your knees wide, melt the head and chest. Just really stretch, stretch, stretch. Breathe into it. Now we are going to come into a plank position. And in this plank position, we are going to work on passing the weight underneath our bodies. So it's a really nice core stability challenge. You can choose heavy or light weights. I'm going heavy. You've got to do your plank on your hand. And this is very much about stabilizing through the hips. So if you feel your hips are wobbling side to side, drop down to your knees, maintain your plank. So if you drop down to your knees, try and keep your hips low. Yeah, don't push up to here because you're not going to get anything out of that. Hips are low, so your core is still working. If you want the challenge, you tuck your toes. So let's work, let's go straight into it. My feet are about as wide as my shoulders, yeah? If they're any narrower than that, you will wobble side to side. You need to give yourself that stable ground, then your core work is going to kick in. So hands on your shoulders, tuck your toes, keep your weight on the left side of your mats. Now, lengthen out, tuck your tailbone, find your place. If you're using a camera or anything like that, and you can see yourself, check out your alignment. Beautiful straight line. Right, my right hand is going to grab the weight on the left, take it over to the right and return the hand down. Left hand's grabbing the weight, taking it over to the left side, hand down. So if you don't concentrate, this is what's going to happen. Your hips are going to tilt and it's going to be a little bit of a jolly. Yeah, nice and easy with my hips tilt. Here, hip bones facing the ground. That's where your core is going to work. And if that feels too much and you feel that's just still wobbling around, that's when you lower yourself down to your knees, and there you'll feel a lot more stable. I would rather you got your technique spot on than struggle through hips wobbling side to side, because it just shows your core's just not quite ready for that. So just keep moving and breathing. I'm coming back up here. We're going to go for another 6. Fire up those tummy muscles. Scoop that belly in. Squeeze your butt. Your butt is fired up a lot today. 3, 2, and 1. Quick release. Drop to your knees. Slide it back. Release your wrists, sliding your hands underneath and just pushing gently down, and just do the opposite to what they're doing. Just take a few breaths here. Now we're going to go back into a plank. We're going to walk through the plank with our arms, so a bit of strength work. So we're going to start on our elbows this time. Again, my feet about shoulder width apart. Make a triangular position with the arms. Interlace your fingers if you wish, but we are going for a walk with your hands. So I'm going to start with my hands flat to the ground and my forearms lining up with my shoulders. Tuck your toes, straight line. So we're going to alternate. Left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor. Left elbow back down, right elbow down. Now my right side leads. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. So it's right back to the same principles that we were just talking about. If your hips are doing this to get yourself up, yeah, and that's to get yourself down, you've lost the whole point of this exercise. My hip bones are staying as square as possible, pointing towards the floor. That's where your core stability come in. So drop to there. Again, in your half plank, take it down a notch to suit you. We're not here for too much longer. Let's go. Come on, core it up. Core it up. That's a good little saying, isn't it? Core it up. Left, right, left, right. One more each side. Right, left, right, left. One more to the left. And down, up, and down. And shoot it back. This time, take your arms for a little side stretch into a C shape. I'm catching hold of my hand and reaching, pulling my hip back into my heels. And that feels lovely. Take it for a walk the other way. Reach. Reach, 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 reach. Now bring yourself back into the middle. Grab your weights. So I'm going to stick with my 4s, I think, but you may be around the 2s, that's fine. Okay, we're going to work a little bit into triceps. Now we're going to do a combo. We're going to do triceps, push-ups, triceps, push-ups, working one arm with the triceps. So box position, arm up. 4 kilos is good for me. It gives my triceps back of my arms a really good workout. I can keep that control. The key about triceps is your elbow meets up with your waistline and that upper arm does not move. The lower arm is doing the work. Yeah, isolation, upper arm, lower arm doing the work to activate the back of the arm. Let's do this. Back flat, abs on, elbow up. We're going to kick back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze that belly, 2, And 1. Drop the weight to the outside of your mat. Take your hands wide of your mat. Fingers turned out very slightly to the corners of the room. Drop your hips to the point where you feel your push-ups can go. You might just want to stay in a box position. And then we are dropping down on the inhale. Exhale slowly up. So the pace is the same. Inhale down for 2. Exhale up for 2. Now have a look at my body positioning. A lot of time you do push-ups. You find your hips sink. My hips just following my shoulders. My core is strong. It's on. My elbows come slightly behind, which activates the lats, the side of the back. And what you don't want to do is drop your nose between your thumbs. You drop your chest between your thumbs, and your chin is aiming just in front of your fingers. Breathing in, exhaling up. Last 3. Scoot the belly in, squeeze the butt. Lots to think about. But please don't let your bottoms fall lower than your chest. Last one. Big, big drop. Right down to those elbows. All the way up. Hands back underneath your shoulders. Grab your weight. Sit tall. Bring your arm up. Squeeze your elbow into your waistline. And let's kick back. 10, 9, 8. Don't let that arm fall lower. 7. Full extension in that elbow. 6. 5. Keep that weight close in towards your thigh. 3, 2. One more. And 1. Drop the weight down. Push-ups. Hands wide. Fingers turned down. When you're ready, abs on tight. Inhale. Drop forward and down. Exhale up for 1. Exhale for 2. Exhale for 3. 4. 5. Try and get your chest all the way down to the crease of the elbow, if not lower. Last 4. Remember, don't let your nose be between the thumbs. It's your chest. If it feels too much, you slide your hands in a little bit so you get a little bit more range. Come on, we're on now. Let's do 1 more for luck. And then keeping your hands wide, slide back again. Reach the fingers wide into a V. Pull your bottom back into your heels. If that doesn't work for you, come into a cat stretch. Take the pressure off the wrists into your elbows. Nice long deep breaths. And then bring yourselves around, spin around and lie yourselves down on your back. Legs bent once you're there. Keep your weights nearby. Good. So I'm going to use heavy weights because we're going to work chest muscles. And they are big muscles, so they can take quite a lot. You have the option to use your light weights. Try and use weights for this though, if you can. So take a long deep breath in. Imprint your spine. Exhale with your legs to tabletop. Take your arms up. So basically, I'm going to tap my left leg and my right elbow down and out to the side. Back in, and then the other side. Inhale, exhale. And that's the nice kind of easy one. Just make sure you coordinate. I'm not doing the same side, I'm doing opposite sides. If you do the same side, you're going to find you might fall over. If you wish, you can extend the leg to full extension, pull back in, pull back in. Please take it slowly, especially if you're struggling with a bit of coordination. Think about it, you'll get into the rhythm. And if your weights are really light, you might want to go both. That might help your coordination. 1 leg, both arms. Chest press, elbows bend, they come together. Elbows bend, they push above the shoulders. Really draw in through that lower tummy, so your lower back is pressed into the ground. Inhale, exhale. We've got 8 more to do. So with 4 each side or 8 together, lengthen. Remember, you can just stay on that tap if you wish. Yeah, just keep the arms moving. 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and 1. Good. Arms up, legs up to the sky. Take a breath. Reach your weights up towards your toes. So you're working into that core. Pull your bottom off the floor. Reach your weights to your toes. So now I'm pulling my thighs towards my chest, lifting my chest towards my thighs, scooping the belly in, feeling the middle of your abs working. Reach up a little bit more, hold it for 5, 4, lift that bottom off the ground, and then just very carefully return back to that neutral position. Open your arms wide to the floor. And we're going to gently rock our legs over to the right, eye gaze to the left. Inhale all the way back through to center. Exhale over the other side. Inhale through to center. Keep those shoulders pinned to the ground. So if this is too much, feel free to bend your knees and work like this, yeah? I'm showing you the hard pendulum version. This is the reduced weight on the lower back. So as soon as you bend those knees, it takes off the load, might make it more manageable. I'm not touching the floor, I'm just allowing my body to go as far as it feels it can. My shoulders are staying pinned to the ground. My lower abs and my side abs are really controlling this move. 2 more each side. Keep it going. Let's do this one more. Over to the other side. Then back into the middle. Pause. Straighten those legs. And then bend the knees. Pop the feet down to the floor. Take your feet and knees wide. And let your knees just fall over to one side. Pop that foot on that knee. And let's take it into a deep stretch across the thigh, hip flexor, abdomen. Chest, rib cage, wherever you can find it. Reach the left arm to the floor. And really aim to get that left knee pressed down. Slide the foot off. Roll into the center. Over to the other side. Slide that foot on. Press the knee down. Reach. Take another deep breath here. Slide the foot up and roll yourself back into the middle again. And then bend the elbows, bring those arms up above the shoulders, slide the shoulder blades underneath, and then turn your palms in. So we're going from chest press to flies, which is like a half circle position through the arms. Elbows must stay slightly bent all the time. It's a little bit more challenging than the chest press because you've got a wider range. So I'm going to roll up into a bridge. And we're going to lift left knee and the right arm goes out, return them together. Other side. Now, the challenge here is that you don't have your arms at all for stability. So therefore, you have to take it slow and controlled. And if you're really struggling with it, you can drop one weight to the floor and just work one leg at a time. Tapping down. Oh, I did that wrong then. Tapping down, lifting up. Okay? So if you're doing one side at a time, I'll tell you when to change. So if you're doing one side, give me one more and then swap to the other side. Otherwise, keep going through these little exercises. I feel like I've changed the arm and leg position now. I feel like I was doing the other way. It doesn't matter what you're doing, just make sure you're working hard. We're going to go another 4, okay? So from now, 4. Whoop, I've just completely lost my coordination. 3, 2, and 1. Arms up above the shoulders, feet down. Lift those hips up. Open your arms out and in. out and in. And if you wish, lift your heels, squat those calves, squeeze the knees a little bit closer in, activate those inner thighs, buttocks, keep going. 5, 4, 3, last 2, 2, give me one more, and then drop the heels, roll it out, open those arms back out gently to the floor, T-shape. Take a breath, let the spine relax, lift those knees up, extend your legs up to the sky again. We're going back to our pendulum. So if you did it with the knees bent, you might even do it with legs straight this time. If you wanted a little bit more of a challenge, slide the legs away and all the way around and back into the middle to pause, and then repeat, going the other way, a little swoop and back into the middle. And you might want to do that with your knees. Swoop it around, a little circle, squeeze and pull in the middle, go to the side, swoop around. Yeah, play with the exercise. Make it as hard as you can go. Pause, inhale, exhale, surround. Lovely, we're going to do another 4 of these. You might just be sticking with your pendulum, which is actually quite nice because I feel like I get a bit more of a stretch out of this one. So you should be coming up to doing your last one. I'm going to go one more to the left. I think I started on the right. And then bring your legs back up to center. Pause. Push through the soles of the feet and extend those knees. If you want more, push your legs away and hold. It's up to you how far away you push those legs. 8, 7. Squeeze down into that back. 4, 3, 2. Bend the knees and drop them over to the right. For that spinal rotation stretch. Left shoulder to the floor. Pop that weight on the leg if you wish. And enjoy that wonderful feeling across the whole side of my body. We're going to take this into a hamstring stretch. I want you to take a couple more breaths just in this position. If your weight is on that leg, drop it. Press the elbow into the ground. Palm is pressing up towards the calf. I'm going to rest my calf on top of my hand. And I'm going to slide it down to get in that deep stretch, pushing the left knee straight, putting the toes up towards me, driving through the sole of the foot, and carry on twisting through the body. 3 long, deep breaths here. And then on your next breath, just release the knees together. Abs on, roll up. And pop the feet down in the center. So I've gone about a foot down my mat, out of center. I'm just going to slide myself back again. And those pendulums. Slide those hands onto those weights. Take your weights up above. And we're going to gently lift our hips, draw our elbows down inside our body. So I'm putting my palms in, and then I'm going to take them back up. Bring the weights together, lift up, bend the elbows behind. Weights just press behind the head like skull crushers. Extend up as I drop my bottom. Open the weights. Then elbows squeeze in, tap the floor. They push up, weights together, bend behind, lift the hips, and so on. So you've got those 2 exercises. Hips up, elbows down, press into the floor, squeeze. Raise the arms, drop the bottom weights together. Bend the arms behind the head as you lift your hips up. As you drop your hips down, extend your arms back up, part the weights. So we're just doing that whole combo. And do it through your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, part the waist. Exhale, squeeze. Last one, inhale, weights together. Exhale, tricep dip behind. And then hold the arms up, lift the hips, part the arms. Lower the elbows down and pulse up and down here. Little movements, same thing, just a little bit more of a challenge in those arms. Come on, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, extend up, weights together, hips up. Lift your heels this time. Bend the arms halfway back and press. 9, 8, try not to bang your head. Be very careful of that. 6, squeeze your butt. 5, lift your hips. 4, extend those elbows. 3 and 2, one more. And 1, inhale, open the arms, drop your heels. Exhale, gently roll out as you open your arms to the floor. Pause at the bottom to let the spine relax. Inhale, exhale, lift those knees up. Extend your legs to the sky. Lower your left leg, toes pointed down towards the floor. Inhale, exhale, switch the legs, pause. Inhale, exhale, switch. So you've got that lovely pause, then that switch. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, switch, 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 abs on, switch, straighten those knees. 4 more, 4, 3, breathe in, exhale, 2, and 1, and then lift that left leg up, bend the knees, and drop the knees over to the left. A little bit tight to the side, so I'm going to really work on pressing that right shoulder to the floor. My weight is going to rest on that right leg, and I'm going to work on that resistance, twisting, reaching, breathing. Now I've got that connection with the ground. So I can think about that hamstring. I'm going to remove the weight, elbow to the ground, leg rests on top of my hand. I've got a good firm hold of my calf. I'm going to extend that knee and pull the toes up towards me, but pull back into that twist still. And again, you've got to breathe into this. Allow that give through your exhalation. Pull the toes in, push the heels away. 3 more breaths there. Take 1 more breath and then gently bend the knee, drop the knee to the ground. And then lift those legs up. Pause there. And then drop the feet down to the ground. Soles of feet together, knees out, and take a little roll side to side. And again, bring the knees together, release the hands, roll your weights, slide your hands behind back thighs. And roll yourself up, flip around onto your hands and knees. So just pull back into child's pose, head and chest down, arms forward. And we're going to go into a little bit of a buttock stretch because we work those buttocks and hamstrings. So lift up tall, take your eye gaze forward, fling that knee forward into a pigeon, right leg back and lift tall, sit tall. And then just drop gently down and stretch that left buttock. Relax through your upper body. If this doesn't work for you, then you can come into that seated hurdle, bending the knees and just driving your chest down towards that shin. And just staying here for another 2 to 3 breaths. So to swap over to the other side, our hands around our shoulders, tuck your toes, lift your hips up, And then swap over to the other side. Bring that knee forward. My right foot is now underneath my left hip bone. I'll square the hips off and I'm going to find my stretch, relax down. A good 20 seconds. Again, sit into hurdle if that doesn't work for you. Move down to there. Relax the shoulders. And let's begin to move out of it. So just bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, lift your body weight up. Walk your hands in towards your feet and take a little forward fold. Find a couple of breaths here. Relaxing down. If you want to just extend the legs a little bit more into those hamstrings, you can. And then scoop the belly to do a roll up through the spine. Obviously, the chin's the last thing that comes up. Take a little shoulder roll at the top. And then turn your palms forward, open out. And then inhale, exhale, extend your arms all the way up. Bring your hands together. Give yourselves a little bow and give yourselves a little clap. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day, week. Bye for now.